Alright, hey everybody, welcome to Clark's Place. Today we're going to take a look at an Iron Maiden ramp and kind of the action that happens with it. You can see how it's bent here. This kind of comes up and flips up. This is for my buddy Shannon's game. He's probably only got 100 plays or so on it. And this ear just snapped off. And I got with Marco, and they sell that from Marco. I don't know if the reflection will be good or not, but this is the brand new one. After one play, it started. This pulls the ramp up, this coil locks it, and then I think the coil pulls down. So this pulls down some to relieve some tension, and then this coil opens, and that should go right back down to the playfield. There's no stress, there's no, it shouldn't be bending. And when I had it in the game, I pulled this out of his game and brought it here to try to weld it up, but it didn't seem like it was under a lot of pressure. It just feels like it goes and clicks down. But with this being bent, the ramp sticks up off the playfield like a ½ inch, so the ball goes and rams into it every single time. So it never fully closes with it being angled like that. So I'm going to take and weld in. I'm going to fix this one. And kind of my repair mind says put that back together and then run a little gusset like piece of metal right down the center there to just stiffen it up. So I don't know if that'll work or not. And when I install the ramp, I'll make sure it's not binding or hitting something when it's trying to return. But the return spring is all that forces the ramp back down. So it shouldn't be like the coil pulling it down, like Pops just said. How he looked at it was, if the coil's pulling it down, I would think it would bend it the other way. Like it would be bent this way, like if something was the matter, it would pull it. All that happens is that coil releases and this just falls back into place with the spring. So I don't know why that is bending, but Shannon broke the first one. I bought him a replacement spare and it's all bending after one play. So we'll get busy, we'll weld it up, we'll see what happens.
Welcome to the Theater of Magic.
Alright, what'd you just say?
Yeah, I said if this pulls it down, and there's a ramp here, so yeah, it has to pull it.
There's no stress on the ramp though.
But if it released it and jams it up, but I don't think there's a lot.
If this got caught on something, the only tension is this spring forcing it back up.
Yeah, I don't think.
It's not like it's got the coil power trying to bend that ramp.
Yeah.
You just click this coil open.
Oh, okay.
And then this tension of this spring is the only thing that pushes that ramp back down onto the playfield.
Well, you know, that maybe that's enough. When you're cocked back here with the weight of that, and that pushing,
yeah, but
it
see,
bends it.
It stops it in the end position. It's not like it's ramming it onto the playfield. It'd wear out the playfield. I think that's the right stop.
I know, unless
there's no adjusting that I can see.
No, there's none.
It's like the stuff is where it's supposed to go.
Well, I was just bringing over. We've got a bunch of, you know, old stuff from other games that I don't know what we'll ever do with them.
That we might be able to cut a piece of steel. Yeah,
we can cut a piece of something out of it to reinforce that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. So
okay,
we'll see. All right, Pop's had a good idea here. So
if we can, this is the piece that broke
off the other one. So that's that.
Yeah, that's that piece right there. If that laid there and it's kind of in the way there, run a bead here and here, and down the side there.
Yeah, across the top there.
Yeah,
and down the middle.
Plus that gives you two thicknesses. It's probably not going to bend it.
Yeah,
it's a very small piece of metal. It's almost going to all be weld. Yeah, there's the old one.
Yeah, but
That's
I'm
amazing.
not going to use that. I'm going to make that piece and then fix that one and fix that one. That way he's got a spare in case this thing
Doesn't
tries
work.
to eat another one.
Okay, cool.
We'll see. But another thing, Randy looked at his. I'll throw Randy's pictures of his game in here right now. Randy's game has the same exact mech, and he sent me the pictures that you just saw. Those all look perfect. So everything looks exactly like this one, but Shannon's keeps on bending that open. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so plan so far is to take this, weld it back together from the top side, and then that'll all be flat, and then this goes there, and then it will travel up the back side of that. I'll tack it on the bottom there, around the sides, and then this back piece will kind of mate with that and kind of follow up that line there. So that's what I'm gonna weld. So this paper practice piece, I just kind of cut it down and then I just traced it off the metal. So I'll cut all that out and then we'll get them bent into shape and cleaned up and paint off of them and all that good stuff. Okay, so new piece in there with the hole so the ramp can still, oh, I don't know if I'm filming
Yeah,
or
you're
not.
filming.
All the screws can go through for the ramp to tie through, and then I've got that back flat across there. This is the original piece, so nothing will be on top. I'm going to weld across that seam
And grind it.
and then weld around those, and then back gusset up too.
Yeah.
So welding it up time.
All right. Yeah, that should work. And then the other piece is laying there to do the next one.
Yeah,
We'll put on.
a little bit.
It's already a little bent.
It's a little bent.
So that's the plan.
Get bent.
Wow, that gets red hot. That was wild looking. It's like the whole thing was red.
I'm burning it up.
Yes, sir.
Oh, the pliers are even hot.
Pliers are hot.
So that is a welded up, reinforced boogery. But I'm gonna get the grinder, grind that back flush, and all of these don't really need to be like super clean underneath, just the top needs to be slick and the bars needed to be in the right spot. So I believe we've achieved that and made it straight. So this will be the spare. We're gonna flatten the other one, do the same thing. I'll do that one I guess in real time as well, so you can see how it goes. Let me douse this in some water and hear it sizzle. Then we'll do some precision grinding, make it all better. So this is the one I just took off of that coil assembly. You can see the bend in it. And I'm gonna go hit it on the vise, get this back flat, and then install our little extra piece. Yeah, so this piece will go in there, and it's not fitting right because you can see that's how much the ramp has splayed down. So once I beat this back down flat, that'll all be flat, and then I'll throw all the welds and weld it all the way around. Yeah, see, there's your gap. If I hold it flat on it, that's how much it has to go down in the back, that it's splayed up. So we'll hammer this flat, get her welded in, make another one, make a spare, or make a good one.
There's the new and improved part. Cool though. Still got a couple little boogers in there to get off, but and of course that little flat stuff, a little bit of weld there needs to be ground perfectly flat.
Where it's bumped up just a little.
Yep.
Gotta grind it flat, but think that's gonna do her.
It's the new and improved bracket 2.0.
Oh yeah, I see. It needed it.
Yeah, it should have been made out a little bit thicker metal, like the next gauge up.
Or there's something on his game in particular, because Randy's didn't have any bending.
I know.
And his has got 2 of these he's burnt through, so it may not be a design flaw with Stern. Could have been that the ramp was put in just a little bit cocked, and the ramp binds up on something. And
now you're gonna get. He's gonna say my ramp just cracked in half.
No, the ramp broke something off on the playfield because it's so dang strong now.
Man.
We'll see. All right, gonna clean up. I'll snap back to reality here when get both of these cleaned up and ready to install. Okay, so reassembly. Oh, I can show the parts, how they turned out.
Yep. We threw a little bit of acid on it to kind of clean the welds and make it look pretty.
Yeah.
They ground off fine.
This is pretty much a structure piece that isn't seen, so I wasn't super concerned with keeping it like perfect, shiny, pristine condition. And I think as we put this back on there, we should see that nothing is gonna impede. So that goes on. Let's put our rod through. Mr. Stewart.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's our E-clip on the
On
magnet?
the end of the magnet.
Okay.
Good helpful hint. Have a magnet as you're using.
Oh, my pin fell out.
As you're picking off a
E-clip.
they go flying, and usually this teeny, you'll never find them.
I know we got more E-clips, so I'm not
Right.
super worried about it, but
Having trouble getting this crazy thing back up in there.
Oh,
There
yeah.
it is. Okay, there you can see it sticking through.
yeah, I'm gonna try to brace it. There we go. Now
how you want to push it on there.
I was gonna just squeeze it with this. Oops, a daisy. It's like the thing is just the slightest bit magnetic.
I see that. Oh,
And
see there, it dropped it, but we found it. Yeah, it's magnetic.
barely. Ooh, almost. Alrighty.
That one's on there.
Okay. So that
And that.
feels a little bit tighter. Maybe when we heated it up, it pulled those in a little bit. Yeah, you can see the space in the E-clip.
Yeah.
So I'd have to bend these out a little bit, get it to free up.
You can do that with pliers with it on there.
All right, let's see. Oh, hey, look at that! Look at that! Look at that!
I see it. All right, now you got the little weird.
Yeah, I think the screw head was on this side,
Yeah.
and the big piece went through, and then that looks like it kind of nestles on that. Yep, it just popped in.
Oh, there's your screwdriver right there. Yeah, that's just in one little Phillips. All right.
Okay. Test. Chink. Ooh, that goes down. Look, it's perfectly on it too. We spaced that right.
Yeah, we did.
So yeah, that'll go down and lay on the playfield now.
That's cool.
It might need to even bend up just a slight bit. I'll test fit it before. I don't want it slamming on the playfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it might go into these 3 screws and be just fine because it has a little bit of play in that. So
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be fine. If not, I'll try to bend that just slightly to where it
Yeah.
comes down and lands just on top of the playfield and doesn't try to slam the playfield every time.
Okay, well that mechanism's fixed and you've got the spare.
Might test this one too. It might fit a little better or a little worse. I don't know.
Which one's the original one? I mean, the one that he
this
replaced.
This one was the one that broke
Okay.
from the factory. Then that was from Marco, but I think they're the same.
Yeah.
But you can see all of our screw holes stayed the same because that plate, we fit it into there
Into it.
and gusseted it. This thing is tough. You could probably pull a boat with this thing. You know?
I bet you could. What kind of boat?
I don't know. Grady White.
Okay.
That's it for today on Clark's Place. So, if this is a known issue from Stern, or if we get some comments on the video that other people have had this was my harebrained idea on how to fix this, considering I didn't want to waste another 20 or 25 bucks buying another one that might do the same thing. And like I was saying, maybe from Stern, this got cocked a little bit when they sunk these 4 screws into the playfield to hold this mech up. It may be if it was to the side one way or the other, the ramp was coming down catching something, which that could cause this spring pushing up on it. If the ramp, like, let's just say just like this, if the ramp caught and that spring is still wanting to push this up and the ramp was binding on something,
Yeah.
it might do that.
I don't think it energizes this coil backwards to where the coil is
No,
pushing.
I don't think so either. I think coils, it's just pulling that down.
That's what I would think.
And then it pulls it down again, this coil kicks in, and then it lets it up.
No diode, it says.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would think so, that it's the same as this one, it just kicks it.
Yeah, I think she's fixed.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
If you do know something, leave some comments. Let us know if anyone else has had issues with these ramps. But 2 other people that I know that have premium games haven't had this issue. But Shannon has burnt through 2 of these things, so we'll see.
All right.
Hopefully this gets us back in business.
Sounds great.
Thanks for watching Clark's Place. Like, subscribe, all those good things.
All right.
Bye-bye.